And finally, we're going to take a look at two screen passes, not the halfback screen. Everyone knows how to run that by now, but we're going to take a look at the play Jags Y screen. And then at the end, right after this, we're going to take a look at wide receiver screen. Wide receiver screen is pretty simple, but I do want to go over a couple things. The Jags screen, on the other hand, with the tight end here on this nice little screen pass route, I like this play because of the other options that we have out of this play. So the idea is if they use the tight end, like you see right there, that would be a bad throw. But we determine that it's man coverage. So a lot of the time, what I'm going to be doing is my first read isn't really even going to be any receiver necessarily. It's going to be the user defender. Determine where the user defender is, then determine if it's man or zone. So here he's using the tight end and it's man coverage. Whether it's press or whether it's off coverage, it does not matter. Y is going to be open every single time against just a regular man defense. Then, of course, just like on any other play, we can take that high point pass. If we see that there's a little bit of crease in the defense, right, and we don't see a defender there, we're going to take that all day long. But if we don't see that crease, as long as the user defender's on the left side covering B, then we're going to take the tight end, and he's going to have a bunch of blockers to potentially bust us free for a touchdown. So again, he's over here covering the tight end. We recognize that it's man coverage. We're going to take that out route. Simple, simple, simple. And it just, again, we throw it at his head. I talked about one-on-one coverage and throwing high point passes. We can do that all day long if we want to. So if we feel like we can get it, then we're going to throw it. And if we don't, and he's on the left side covering that route, like you see right there, then all we have to do is just take the tight end. And, we can certainly bust it like that for big, big yards and potential touchdowns. But I am going to be honest with you, just like in a lot of the halfback screens this year, I do find that there's a lot of cluster. So much so that on a lot of the halfback screens, I actually preferred when we only had two guys going out to block, because sometimes it can be so frustrating when your own guys get in your own way. And that is certainly something that can happen on this play. But after using this time and time again, the risk is worth it. And what you're going to do is, just like you saw me do right there, you're actually going to want to take this and cut it to the outside. See right here? Now just push your analog stick all the way over to the right. And that's how we want to be able to get yards after the catch. That is the one thing that I learned running this play. Certainly you do want to follow your blockers, but you want to be taking this to the outside as much as possible, and see how our guy gets in our way. We could potentially go on for a touchdown, but it's still worth the risk. It's a very, very good play. Just like that dig route, it's sneaky good. And now we're just going to take a look at the wide receiver screen real quick. The gameplay footage for this isn't necessarily the greatest. I'm playing a guy that's running a stupid blitz, and I just throw to the flat, and this guy was really, really terrible. But the screen pass is something that I'm going to take advantage of when I see that there's two defenders on the left, or in this case, one defender. So we're not counting the safety, we're counting the slot guy and the outside guy. So anytime we see something like this, obviously a screen pass is a fantastic idea, because let's just take a look at the blocking that we're going to get. He backs up, even the other guy goes to play his zone over there, and we're still able to pick up a nice chunk of yards. So again, here we got the safety. We're not counting the safety, even though if it's a cover one, if it's a cover one, it's not going to matter. We're still going to be able to get this play off. We're counting two defenders to R3. As you see right there, we just wait, get into practice mode, just wait, call a couple different defenses and just see when the right time to throw it is. And again, we see only two defenders over there. Again, this time it's one. He's a user defender. He's a little flat-footed because look at where he is, right? It's the third quarter. We probably hit him with a bunch of high-point passes. We had Gronk in the slot, so he's certainly waiting for that. And again, two defenders. He's over the middle, like always, and we just hit him with the screen. when you're running a scheme, you always just want to be aware of where's the user defender most of the time, and how aware is he. And then if we're facing somebody that's usering on the right, this is a play we want to go to especially. Or if he's in the middle and he doesn't necessarily have the best users, this is a play we go to.